Welcome back. Sorry for the delay. We are here with Game 3 of Team Indecision versus Team Iron Wings.
Yeah, and just a roster swap there for Team Indecision as DXI Edge is going to come in for Weeblit in that jungle, and I believe Iron Wings is rocking the same team that they have in the last two of their games.
Yeah, we do see the Fizz, the Callisto being banned. Probably taken away from him. A big tough guy, had a great performance. Definitely one of his comfort champions. We do see the Kennen coming out. Not sure about that. Vladimir as well.
Yeah, and Callisto, yeah, let's see if they are going to ban that Draven against I'm a big tough guy, or if it's going to be, you know,
Pantheon ban. Very interesting. Once again, must have done their homework. These picks are far too...
And the Victor ban, yeah, that was pretty good for Kelthais last game, as he was rocking some mean damage. And
they do leave open the Skarner, though.
Yeah. And that's Skarner. The only DXI Edge, he's going to pick that first, or it's going to be for him in the jungle there.
They will pick that up. It's still a very strong pick, and as we saw, Weeblit played it very well. I'm sure DXI Edge can handle it just as well. Great champion. Lots of people have been playing it. They opt to go for the early bot lane pick, looking like Sivir and Thresh being locked in for Team Iron Wings.
You know, Sivir wins games. Pop that ult and...
Just a Sivir comp, you know?
Just a Sivir comp, yeah. And are we going to see the third Nami in a row coming in for Hot Dog McGee?
They've had a very dominant performance on Nami that cannot be questioned, completely zoning out her opposition. It's just been working for them bot lane. I mean, as much credit as we give to I'm a big tough guy, it's a two-person lane, and Hot Dog McGee really holding her own down in that bot lane. Ashe being picked up possibly. Might see that get locked in. Very strong champion, great engage, great follow-up CC with the Skarner ulti. Actually, you can open up for the Skarner or follow up after. We'll have to see. But switch to the Lulu. Might lock that in for a mid lane Lulu.
I don't know why they would show their hand there wherever that Lulu is going when Iron Wings already has their bottom lane picked. I think they should just choose their AD carry here.
Well, they might want to prioritize the Lulu. They don't want it to be taken away, yeah, so you do want to pick it up as soon as you can. Since they know what the enemy bot lane is, there isn't any pressure to pick an AD carry. Might as well get the more priority picks out of the way first. We'll have to see what Iron Wings responds with, if there's anything they're looking to lock down right away. Taking their sweet time here, not really sure, but it looks like, I really hope they don't try and run that protect the AD carry comp. Although they were very successful with that first game, they did snowball it out of control. They did very good with the Skarner, putting a lot of pressure on the map and prioritizing those shrines and picking fights around them.
Yeah, no, we'll see what they pick, and you know, this Lulu could go top, it could go mid. Not really sure where we're gonna see it. Probably mid, I assume, and the Elise gets locked in. And are we going to see that Xerath? Yes, it looks like Xerath, so
haven't seen a lot of it.
No, especially with that Sivir. We'll see how that Sivir and that Xerath like coincide with each other. Is, you know, Xerath looking for that poke, and I guess like a bit of poke coming in from Sivir as well.
Has a lot of range, can definitely do the tracking takedown. They do pick up the Elise, still a very strong jungler. We'll have to see if they optimize going for the Rune Blade instead of the Cinder Hulk, or go Cinder Hulk, then full damage. Hovering over Draven again. We have seen the Ashe hovered over, have seen the Draven. We'll have to see what he finally locks in. Not normally a Draven player, but he has played it very well so far this tournament that we've seen. They do switch to the Ashe, and the Olaf does get locked in. That will probably go top lane to Similidon.
Yeah, that's an icy team coming in from Indecision there, and lots of CC, you know, with that Nami bubble and tidal wave. Skarner ult and the enchanted Crysted Arrow coming in from Ashe. I
very much like the Olaf pick, especially if they lock in this Lissandra. Olaf is going to be running through the Thresh. It's going to be running through the Elise, the Lissandra. There's not really much they can do to CC him, and he's going to go straight for that Sivir. She does have the speed buff through her ulti, but I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. He's going to take her down, or even just go for the Xerath, who's a little less mobile and really can't peel himself from that Olaf.
Not a lot of tank on that, coming in from Iron Wings if they do in fact lock in this Lissandra, but you know, and there it is.
A very AP heavy team. We'll have to see what they turn around with that. An early Aegis could turn the tides of the fight, but we will be right back as we do take a break and get back into our third game.
gentlemen, welcome back to Game 3 of the night. We've got Indecision versus Iron Wings. Indecision sitting at a 2-0 tonight. Iron Wings sitting at 1-1 in the night. So if Iron Wings happens to win this game, we're going to be sitting with a 3-way tie. So you might see 2 more games tonight. We're not sure. It depends how this game goes. Quick shout out before we get the game started here to our sponsors, HyperX, Matrix Gaming in Regina, and Wide Mouth Media. Thanks guys for all the support. So on Team Indecision here, we have Summeldon rocking that Ragnaros Olaf in the top lane, DXI Edge on Skarner in jungle, Kelthice playing that Lulu in mid, I'm a big tough guy, Ash 80 carry, and Hot Dog McGee 3rd time's the charm on that Nami.
On the red team here, we do have Iron Wings. We have Buzer in the top lane on the Lissandra. OG Maple in the jungle with Elise. We have Thorum on Xerath in the mid lane. Hammock on the Sivir. Also, huge shout out to this Hammock guy who is playing currently from an internet cafe in New York. If that's not dedication, I don't know what is. So, I mean, give this guy a pat on the back in Twitch chat, please. And then we have a mop bringing it out on the Thresh in the support. Hopefully we have a pretty good game here. I'm pretty excited. Early invade kind of. They traded a little bit. Both establishing wards in that tribe rush. We're going to have to see if they're just going to take the shrines or not.
Yeah, and pretty standard start so far. Looks like the Hammock and Amop are going to leash there for OG Maple on that bottom side of the map. And Summeldon on Olaf is just going to start Wolves for himself and then TP top lane. We've seen him both games pick up early wards for that early vision in the top lane there so that he can, you know, put a lot of pressure on in that early game with relative safety.
Yeah, he's definitely doing very well. Definitely going with, usually starting double jungle with Weeblit. However, with the DXI Edge, they're going to switch it up. They're going to send him, take the camp, TP top. He's going to need the XP advantage. Lissandra might bully him out at the start just with that extra range. He does pick up the ward to keep himself safe. We'll have to see if Hot Dog McGee and I'm a big tough guy bringing out the Ashe Nami. I'm a big Hot Dog McGee kind of carrying I'm a big tough guy through this laning phase of the last 2 games. We'll see if she's successful for a 3rd.
Damage and Summeldon TP's up top, already level 2, putting some damage down onto Wizards. Wizards only sitting level 1, and big trades in the bot lane is Hot Dog McGee and I'm a big tough guy. Put some mean damage onto Hammock there in the Sivir. She's run out of mana on that champion, so lots of early boomerang blades and that being set out. And nice bubble onto Amop. So good damage already from that bot lane as they're 11 CS gold lead to 5.
Very strong performance so far, showing why they are that dominant bot lane. Been very strong for Indecision, not needing a lot of support from their jungler, as well as top lane. Olaf TPing in there, start late, getting to lane, but already up 5 CS, taking that camp, pushing his advantage. Have not yet used the ward, but not really needing to. 3 minutes coming around. He does have his trinket ward, as Elise does make her way up there.
Ooh. Missed bubble there, but late spell shield coming in from Hammock there. Picks that up level 2. And already has used the health pot, so it's not looking pretty for them in the bot lane. As Summeldon gets ganked by OG Maple. Nice dodge on that cocoon to avoid the kill. That might have been a kill. Running no flash on that Olaf, so
it's got some fancy feet. Definitely not Falco up there. That's Summeldon dodging that cocoon like nobody's business. We do see DXI Edge slowly making his way up there. He is spotted out, however, by the Elise. Not going to be able to make it there. Bot lane still uncontested. They don't have any vision right now, but no one's really taking advantage of like abusing I'm a big tough guy and Hot Dog McGee. They've just had free reign on those lanes, and they're pretty dominant.
So here comes DXI Edge in. Boys are just going to get away with that Ice Claw, and nice, like, you know, easy getaway there from the Lissandra Wizard, and avoided gank there. 0-0. Indecision already up like a little bit of gold, about 400 gold. That's just from farm there. Mostly it looking like in the bot lane and the top lane again, as we're seeing this nice bubble onto the Thresh though. Good trading coming in from Hot Dog McGee.
This is what I mean. As good as I'm a big tough guy is, Hot Dog McGee is really pulling it out and zoning out that bot lane. Just using her bubbles. The Tide Blesser's calling, just poking them out, healing herself back up when they trade, and they're really pulling it together in that bot lane. She is pretty much the reason they are so dominant down there.
Yeah, for sure, unsung hero of the night, and we do have a pause coming in. We'll find out right away what that's about. But
possible disconnect, I know. Team Iron Wings has had a few disconnects. I mean,
yeah, it's a
we do see
disconnect.
Calthites drop out. But so far, pretty even game. No kills coming out. They're only up about 8k gold, or sorry, 800 gold so far. But we're just gonna run a quick ad here, guys, during the break. We'll be right back. Alright, sorry about that, guys. A bit of a brief pause there. It seems Calthites had a bit of connectivity issues. Back in the game here. Still doing well in his lane, though. Up a couple CS, faring pretty good against that Xerath poke.
Yeah, and for the bot lane, I will give credit to Hammock and Amop. Good job with Hot Dog Bingy throwing out all those bubbles. They are doing a good job at, you know, dodging them and not really getting caught out there. We haven't seen a lot of hooks coming out from Amop. Sitting with like a full mana bar. I think we could see a little more aggression there.
I don't really know if there's much he can do. I mean, Hot Dog McGee playing very good in and out of her creeps, kind of throwing in the heals, getting back. But as much as they are staying in the lane, they're already down 24 CS at 6 minutes. Just crazy pressure. They do see the play hook. There you go. They do go in.
Coming in. Good damage onto Hot Dog McGee. Taking a lot of damage from Hammock there. Beautifully played by Amop, as I say. Needs a little more aggression, and there it is. Good damage, but still uses the last of her health pots there, but we'll see some them heal up here.
Taking a lot of damage in the top lane, but our Similidon still up in CS. Just I can't stress enough how dominant the top lane and the bottom lane have been for Indecision. Not saying that Calthites hasn't done his job, doing very well, keeping up at his head, but their laning phases have just been so great, and that's really what leads to them having these great rotations. They get ahead in lane, they get their item advantage, and then they push it hard. But we do see OG Maple coming in.
Is he going to land on the cocoon? Lands the cocoon onto Hot Dog McGee. Xerath all coming in. Huge first blood going over to OG Maple, and that's first blood.
Yeah, perfect. First time we've seen Indecision getting first blooded. That bot lane finally getting exploited. It took 4 people, but they definitely took him down. We'll have to see. He does get stunned out. Skarner not quite 6. DXI Edge needs a little more farm just to hit it there.
That gank was pretty well coordinated from the Iron Wings. Thorum was there with his ult to give damage as well. Getting the assist there on that Xerath, so good gank coming in from Iron Wings.
Yeah, Similidon's still putting a ton of pressure here. Looks like he might go for that first item, Black Cleaver. Put down a lot of damage, reduce the armor, so that true damage coming in on top of his axe is going to be applying a lot of damage. And still just going to be tanky as hell after he's done that. Just go straight tank and still doing a ton of damage, just doing percent health.
Yeah, and going back to your point there on having that top lane and that bot lane being so dominant in these early games, it really gives the jungler, whether it is Weeblet or DXI Edge for Indecision, that free reign to just farm, and you definitely want that. In the mid lane, though, we have an enchanted Crystal Arrow. Is it going to land? It lands beautiful, and they are going to probably secure this kill onto Thorum as DXI Edge picks up that kill.
Very
that was across the map, enchanted arrow.
So well coordinated. Shoots it straight down the mid lane. I don't even think they had to use the Skarner Impale. They just wild growth him up. just popped him. Just great coordination. He walked right into it. I'm not sure if they had that ward. It looked like Xerath was going to cue the bush. Maybe just curious if he saw Lulu go in there trying to poke her out. But absolute insane accuracy there from I'm a Big Tough Guy.
Yeah, those across the map enchanted arrows are hard to hit, but right in the mid lane there, we don't see anyone pressuring Dragon yet, as Summildon might find this pink ward here. He's going to clear that out.
Trying to keep himself safe. Elise has a tendency. She come to visit him a few times. He does have that ward to put down on top of his trinket. 2 sweepers already picked up, however, on the side of Indecision, and they're going to try and keep up on that ward. And Qualifiers with the pink ward and an additional ward on top of his trinket. They're definitely looking for the vision control. Already having 2 pinks down defensively and having deep wards coming out from Hot Dog McGee into the enemy blue buff.
And 2 pinks in the inventory there as well. They're really prioritizing wards, and that's really what's netting them these wins in these games.
It's really helped them transition from the mid game to the late game, getting those picks, pushing their advantages, getting the free objectives.
Action in the top lane though as OG Maple comes in. Ult comes down from Bwezer onto Summildon. As are they going to pick up huge damage onto Maple? Maple has to flash away. Kill onto DXI Edge. DXI Edge with the drag away, and another kill goes over to Indecision as Olaf picks up that kill.
Do manage to dodge the Xerath ultis there. Lulu gonna try and chase him down. We'll have to see the help picks and Glitterlance comes out.
Stun comes onto Qualifiers to deter him away from tower diving there. And are we going to see any action coming out from that?
We do see the Ash Arrow going cross map. Is it going to be enough to pick up the kill?
Second one of the night.
Qualifiers going to try and keep him from going B. It would have landed, but he gets B before anyone can interrupt it. Great try. Big Tough Guy going for the hardest arrows I've ever seen, but so far he would have had 100% accuracy if the guy didn't go B.
I think I'm a Big Tough Guy needs to sell all of his items and build AP with the accuracy that he's throwing these enchanted arrows.
He might as well. I mean, if he's ever watched Skillos play, guy's a legendary AP Ash. Unreal. But we'll have these arrows are really great, and I feel like this is just I'm a Big Tough Guy style. He does very well at playing on these engage 80 carries. Last game on
Hammock attacks. Huge bubble coming in from Hot Dog McGee. Tidal Wave knocks them up. Bwezer's coming in from the back. I'm a Big Tough Guy. Gets the kill into Hammock, but is going to go down to Bwezer. Teleport coming in from behind, and that's a 1-for-1 trade in the bot lane.
Great pickup there for Indecision. They'd use the TP to try and gank. I'm a Big Tough Guy. They do get the kill, but he trades one back. This allows Similidon to just keep pushing into his advantage. He might even be able to pick up the top turret, being up there by himself as Elise is bot side. They might try and drag him, but this is very risky. It's going to be 4v4 as soon as he TP's down.
Yeah. Before we get the action, he does end up getting the tower in the top lane, and we have another pause coming in. We're going to find out why this pause is right away, and we'll let you know. Hopefully it doesn't last for long. Hopefully it's not Qualifiers having some connectivity issues. But
overall, just great game so far. It's pretty close. Iron Wings just... It was a great idea there to do the TP gank, try and get down that bot lane. That basically is a lot of their success. They do shut him down, but he picks up the kill on Sivir. We'll have to see if they're actually going to start dragging. Both AD carries are dead for a little bit. Ash Arrow isn't up, so we can't see I'm a Big Tough Guy throwing that enchanted arrow down into Drag Pit, going for the money shot. But we do have Similidon, who does have TP available. He can definitely come down from that top lane and help his team out, as Lissandra has already used hers.
Yeah. And, you know, speaking of, just going to go off topic here for a second. Speaking of legendary AP Ashes, I'm going to give a shout out to our good friend Skillos. He's been running the stream all 3 nights here. Really the unsung hero of the streams, you know. The casters are trying their best, but Skillos going unthanked there. So if you guys wouldn't mind, if you see him around in chat, maybe give him some thanks, because he's doing one hell of a job for, you know, making sure things go smoothly between games, and also running other games on other computers for those brackets that aren't streamed. So make sure to give him your props.
Hey, he's done so much this week, man. He's put in so much time, so definitely give this guy some appreciation. Busting his butt, trying to make everything run smooth. I mean, we couldn't have asked for anything better.
Oh, and here we go. The game has been unpaused. Not really sure why it was paused, but we'll see the game continue here as, you know, Indecision has netted themselves almost a 3k gold lead over Iron Wings, and a mop and OG Maple looking to gank onto, misses the flay, misses the hook. Oh, if he would have landed one of those, that would have been good. Maple gets the cocoon onto Hot Dog McGee, but no real damage follow-up from the rest of Iron Wings, and Enchanted Arrow coming out, stun onto Boiser. DXI Edge, well, I'm not really sure what he's doing, but there we go, and I think this might be a kill coming in. Oh, is Boiser going to get away? Uses that, but no, the last auto attack coming in from I'm a big tough guy, and that's a kill netted. Another kill for Indecision. Summeldon trying to fight over those Skarner shrines in the jungle.
They do pick him up, and they're doing very good in the vision again. Keeping it up. Dragon's still not taken. They do have the man advantage as they did pick up the kill on the Sandra. We'll have to see if they rotate down there, picking up the objectives. But it looks like Similodon just trying to put some pressure on mid lane, and they do start the Dragon.
Yeah, they do, and no real reaction coming in from Iron Wings is OG Maple, Amok, and team, but it's too late. Indecision has already picked up Dragon, so...
They did have vision of it, they just didn't have the manpower. Xerath being very they didn't have Lissandra. TP not available after she tried to do that gank bot lane. That's the first Dragon going over to Indecision. It's actually a pretty late Dragon considering Indecision has been on top of those, but great pickup nonetheless.
Yeah, considering last game they've had a few towers by now and they've only had one. This game looking a little slower, but still a bit of action nonetheless with a 4k gold lead in the favor of Indecision here.
Yeah, they've just really been pushing the advantages that they get and pushing it hard. Similodon keeping that top lane a lot. He didn't follow the TP, still has it, can now split push wherever he wants. Might be able to keep that turret up. The Lulu doing very well against the Xerath, despite not having quite the range of Xerath. We're going to have to see if they're going to start grouping, rotating, taking the turrets, or if they're just going to keep that Olaf split pushing and only using him during the team fights. I imagine they must have a lot of damage down on that bot turret, as Big Tough Guy and Hot Dog McGee have been putting a lot of pressure, and they're going to push it now with DXI Edge.
Yeah. They've got 3 down here, but here comes OG Maple coming in. Are they going to... I think they're just going to be able to pick this up as Enchanted Arrow goes, misses between the posts there as DXI Edge gets cocooned, and I think that's going to stop any engage coming in from Indecision.
You pick it up. I'm not sure there was really much Iron Wings could do to defend this turret. They don't... The hook does come out, does land on Hot Dog McGee, but not sure they're going to be able to turn that into much, as Sivir is very low. An Enchanted Arrow used already, so they can't pick up that kill.
No, and OG Maple just defending the mid lane, and Xerath is... Not really sure where Xerath is, but... fighting over Olaf, looking to grab that red lane, or that red buff from the top side of the jungle, and I believe he picks it up. So that's gonna, just it's the map pressure that Indecision has over Iron Wings that is, letting them pick up advantages like picking up the enemy team's red buff.
And they're keeping those deep wards, like I was saying, taking down the tier 1 turrets, and then getting a lot of deep wards so that they can rotate to the other tier 1s, other tier 2s, and take them safely without being flanked. Another missed hook gives them more opportunity to push onto that turret without worrying about getting caught out.
Yeah, and it's just like looks like a 5v5. They don't have Hammock on that Sivir, but he will join the team right away here as Indecision's looking to get this mid tower down just to get that map pressure that having the mid lane tower down does give you.
Enchanted Arrow almost coming up. We'll have to see if they're going to go for the turret, use it.
Hold on, caught out under tower. Nice. He pops to pop Ragnaros. Tidal Waves comes out for the disengage, and Indecision is just going to back away from this one.
Yeah, not much use there on their side. They did have to pop Ragnarok to get Olaf out of there safely without taking too much CC underneath the turret. The Tidal Wave did come out to try and help him get away faster. We will have to see if they're going to keep up the siege. Elise is not around. They do have Enchanted Arrow up. It would be an easy pick if they could land it onto someone. Sivir able to spell shield it, but with Xerath going B, they should be able to push this in and take that turret.
Yeah, Xerath really struggling with mana, I think, so far, as OG Maple has taken every single blue buff that has been up so far. I think in order for them to succeed, especially in the pushing of Indecision, they're going to need to give that blue buff over to the, their most wave clearing champion, which isn't that Xerath.
They are pretty fortunate. They do have a lot of wave clear coming from the Xerath Lissandra. and the Sivir, but definitely having that blue buff on the Xerath is good. He is your longest range poke. He is going to be able to turn.
Edge catches out OG Maple. Summeldon's there, and they're going to be able to put huge damage. Not going to be able to flash away as Hot Dog McGee comes in for the help, gets an assist on that, and
Kelthai's getting a little hand there, pushing that Sivir out of the lane, having to use heal, not really blowing much to try and trade there. And he's just showing them, you know, maybe Lulu isn't that much of a pushover after all. She can go toe-to-toe with the best of the AD carries.
Lulu's not just a wild growth. Puts out some damage too, I think.
So far, we'll have to see if... So I think every game I've seen Hot Dog McGee and Kelthais go with the Static Shiv IE and the Zeke's Harbinger. I'll have to see if they go for it again. Would be so good on Ashe, as crit is unreal with her passive. But I guess now you crit, even though once you apply the Frost Shot, you crit pretty much every time. We do see the Enchanted Arrow.
Flashed away from Thorum. Nice reaction there as the heal comes out as well. Not really sure why the heal was out. And Indecision picks up that middle lane tower. That's going to give them a lot of pressure throughout the map. And they have all the tier 1 towers down now. 3-0 in the tower range. And they have got themselves a 6k gold lead over top Iron Wings. And
that's just, it's the scary part. They have so much engage on the side of Indecision, and it's such short cooldown. They have the Ashe Arrow, they have the Tidal Wave. They can go in, flash Skarner and Pale. DXI Edge has shown he's not afraid to use that flash to engage, and they just keep taking advantage of it. That's both of Xerath's summoners used just for an Ashe Arrow. That's going to be up in roughly a 60-second cooldown.
Big damage onto that top lane second tier tower. There's no one really around, just the Thresh and the Lissandra there to back them off, but they are going to back off. Dragon's coming up in 10 seconds, so we might see them swing down to the bot lane to pick up that Dragon. Or, you know, not really sure what's going on here. But Iron Wings is going to need to step it up in this game, or they're going to be, you know, in another game after this. If they do end up, you know, losing this game, they'll be in another game after this with Team Fresh for that tiebreaker. For that second place match to see who goes on to round 2.
No, if Iron Wings does lose this, Team Fresh does automatically secure that second place, being 2-1. They did beat Iron Wings earlier today in the first game. It's actually a very close match. Oh, it's all good. They actually had one hell of a comeback. They were down, I think, 10 kills in about 10 minutes. They turned it around, got Baron, and pushed. It was insane. Very good game. They are going for the Dragon here. Indecision, not paying attention. Oh, does try and see with the Olaf Axe. But that was actually, I think, the first Dragon that Indecision has given up in their 3 games.
Just a little, not really, I'm not sure if they didn't count on the Dragon timer. They were not there, and Iron Wings able to pick that up, but...
Have to be very careful here. Oh, Xerath does pick up the blue, but they are going to get out-rotated. The Lantern does come in to pull the Elise.
Xerath might be out of position here. Has Blizzard back there to back him up, and they get around the tower there. No catch out coming in from Indecision.
They do back off. They could keep pushing here as there's a lot of low mana bars on the side of Team Iron Wings. Kelthais is back right now, but the 4 of them could keep pushing. We'll have to see. Once Hot Dog McGee gets up there, going to start putting down those deep wards again. They have great pick potential, and with them moving towards these tier 2, they're going to look for the picks in the jungle and moving toward and picking up these easy turrets.
Yeah, good ward coverage there coming in from Iron Wings though, but more focused in that bot lane there is they got 2 pink wards and plenty of wards around Dragon, and that's probably what secured them that Dragon there, was that beautiful ward coverage, and, you know...
Yeah, Iron Wings picking up a lot of pink wards, clearing a lot of the vision in their own jungle, and that's really the smartest thing to do. Once your tier 1s go down, you have to keep wards in your jungle. Once those teams are going to be looking for those tier 2s, they're going to look for picks, especially this comp here. They're doing a great job at keeping that bottom side warded on their own terms so that they actually have a potential at taking dragons, being aware of flanks. And there's just a dance party going on in mid lane.
Yeah.
Nami and Lulu just throwing their sticks up in the air like they don't care, man.
Yeah, and DXI Edge picking up that Aegis, so he does have that Team Aura MR buff for the team, as Iron Wings has quite a bit of magic damage on their side, so good pickup by DXI Edge. Enchanted Arrow right through the center, and not going to be able to pick up that one. Getting maybe a little cocky with those enchanted arrows across the map.
But you know what? It's not bad. If they can find that engage... Oh, we're going to have to see. They might be able to pick him off with the red buff here. Skarner with the Shrine does have a lot of movement speed.
McGee. Nice bubble. Gets the double knock up onto Mop and OG. Nice tidal wave coming through. Huge fight. A mop might go down there to the blue buff. Does go over to Hot Dog McGee. Summeldon in the front with that Ragnaros. Not able to be taken down. And he's going to get a kill onto Hammock. 2 kills for nothing. And Indecision's just going to back away from this one. Keltheiss looking a little low. But they're just going to be able to push this mid lane after they got those 2 kills. And secure themselves the 2nd tier tower, 4th tower of the game.
And that's my point. I mean, they have so much engaged. They miss the Ash Arrow completely, but they follow up with the double Nami bubble. Straight into the Impale, pulling them into the rest of the team. The tidal wave comes through. It's actually just... The Ash Arrow is basically being fired on cooldown, but they have so much engaged that it's okay if they miss one, they just keep going.
Yeah, and here we go. Iron Wings coming back on that mid lane. They are probably going to be looking to quickly get this mid lane and tower. 1st tower of the game. They haven't got one yet. So this will at least give them a little bit of gold in their pocket as they are down 8k gold here at 22 minutes.
Locket being built on DXI Edge, which is so smart with how much AP they have. The Lissandra, Elise, and Xerath doing pretty much all AP. You look at the Sivir, she doesn't even have one item complete yet. Hasn't finished her Infinity Edge. Went for the Avarice Blade for farming, which is a very smart decision with how well Hot Dog McGee and I'm a Big Tough Guy zoned her out from the farm. Hopefully she gets that IE soon, because a lot of the damage from Iron Wings is being negated with that Locket.
And we see just farming up between both teams here now, trying to get some wards across the map. Iron Wings not doing actually that bad as far as wards go across the map, despite being behind almost 8k gold here. So they're, they realize that they are going to need some vision in this game in order to come back.
Yeah, they're definitely not out of it by a long shot. They've been actually making a lot of great plays to keep themselves in that quick dragon. They do have the potential to get these picks with the Lissandra ulti and then follow it up with Cocoon, Xerath stun. We just gotta see if OP Maple and Wizard have that synergy to land those. And there's the long range
arrow coming in. OG Maple has the lantern there, but he gets dragged away from the Skarner. Tidal waves coming through, knocks up the Xerath. He's got the slow on him as they're just gonna net that 1 kill on from OG Maple. And let's see what they do with that.
Like I said, Zaramali, for every arrow you don't shoot, you ain't gonna hit anyone. And finally, he lands another long arrow. Oh,
here comes Buzzard, gets the ult onto I'm a Big Tough Guy. Keltheiss getting lanterned in, and Hammock getting bubbled by Hot Dog McGee. Lantern away is Summeldon though. He's tower diving. He's putting out a lot of damage. He can't get stunned up. Double kill going over to him. Triple kill as he gets the kill and dies to tower. But Indecision probably going to be able to pick up this inhibitor tower here and the Nexus.
Trying to make a difference there does still. The Mikhail's save from Hot Dog McGee is where I tell you, the bot lane's not just an AD carry, the support is as important. Getting him out of the CC. Unfortunately, Sivir taking the lantern pretty much to her death as Sumilodon was in the middle of the team there. Picking up a triple kill, and that's an open inhibitor that they can easily walk to after they go take Dragon.
Yeah, Dragon up in 20 seconds. They're going to pick that up. 2nd Dragon of the game, 25 minutes in. Is that a 9k gold lead?
Yeah, just grabbing the shrines here. Going to steal that blue buff away from Xerath. Going to be super huge. Not going to be able to just spam that poke down as they try and siege all those turrets. Very curious if they recognize they're going for a dragon here. Might try and make a play towards Baron. They are pinging Baron. Have to see if Iron Wings tries to go for it. They do pick up the shrine in their own jungle, denying that vision from the Skarner.
That was close to being all 5. I believe there's 5 shrines from Skarner across the map, so you definitely don't want that, especially being behind. As they're onto Baron right now. Probably not, as Indecision has a pink ward there, but Indecision's going to slowly pick up this dragon.
Sumilodon having to be very careful. They are collapsing onto him. He does have Ragnarok and Ghost available. We'll have to see if he's able to hold this turret.
Misses the cocoon, but they're onto him. He's big damage onto Hammock, and he might actually get a kill for this. Huge gets the kill 1 for 1 as he's going to go down to Blazer on that Lissandra. Nice play.
A lot used on that Olaf, the frozen tomb from Lissandra.
Enchanted arrow just missing Thorum. Oh, that would have been a nice arrow.
A mob throwing exhaust, heal used by Hammock. Keltheiss doesn't even pop Ghost. He just throws those axes and runs them down. The guy is a one-man wrecking crew. Smiley Cyrus, he's a wrecking ball right now. This guy is destroying the enemy team. I'm not sure how they're going to handle him in that backline.
Yeah, and we've been looking at the other games of Indecision. They've been kind of looking for I'm a big tough guy to carry, but I think this game is all on Similidon. He's playing this perfectly.
He's just great CC from the team overall, and now he's so far ahead, I don't think anyone can deal with him. It took 4 of them to take him down, and he took a guy down with him. Yeah. This would be very easy for Indecision to just run down the mid lane, grab the inhibitor, and swing towards Baron.
I think that's what they need to do here, but they've picked up some items. Static Shiv completed on that Ashe, and Athene's Unholy Grail picked up for Lulu.
Yeah, the Zeke's Harbinger not being picked up right away this game. Optimizing for the Mikhails, which has been put to much use. Keeping I'm a big tough guy out of those frozen tombs. Using it for the heal. Kiting the best he can. We're going to have to see if Hot Dog McGee can get the wards down deep in the jungle so they can look for a pick. Maybe see if I'm a big tough guy can land another arrow.
Not sure why they're not pushing mid here. They need to get that inhibitor there to put a little pressure on their map so that they can pressure Baron and other places on the map. But looking to avoid fighting for now, maybe get some ward coverage in Iron Wing's jungle.
They are doing very good at clearing a lot of Indecision's wards, putting down their own, making sure that they don't get caught out from these like blind gank brush ganks.
Yeah, and I think Iron Wing does realize that as they pick up 2 blue trinkets on Thorum and Hammock. They realize that they're not going to be able to keep up with Indecision as they are ahead in gold. So they do pick up those blue trinkets just in case they're worried about like where the teams are, as they used right there, catch out the whole team.
I didn't even notice, just noticing now, the Harbinger actually being picked up by Lulu. Great pickup, actually. Great defensive item. That's the kind of support you need from that mid laner. Keep that Ashe alive. You already have some supportive items coming out from the Nami. And Kelthais just giving a hand, building that Harbinger. Ashe is going to be throwing out a lot of crits as they do send Big Tough Guy mid lane. And they're just trying to keep their wave shoved in so they have the option of swinging towards that inhibitor or taking the turret from Similidon.
Oh, Enchanted Arrow goes onto Boizer. Ult onto DXI Edge. Tidal Wave coming through. Boizer's going to ult himself. But I think he's going to go down here, gets away into his own base, but that might be enough pressure for Indecision to go and pick up this Nexus and then swing down to Baron. We'll see here.
Yeah, a lot of
coming in from Thorum.
A lot used there to try and take down Boizer. We'll have to see if they can get the inhibitor and get out safely. They do. Great frozen tomb there by the Lissandra, though, keeping herself alive. Boizer barely getting out of there, as they did use the Ashe Arrow, Tidal Wave, and the Flash Impale over the wall. Still just walks away, not even having to use his E.
No. And Wild Growth kept on Kelthais there on that Lulu, so they're going to have that if a Baron fight does come up here. Enchanted Arrow is on a low cooldown though too, coming into that Ashe. Almost up again. Its cooldown's half done already, so we're going to see what happens here if they're able to get this Baron, or if they're going to look for that top or bot lane second tier tower.
I wouldn't be surprised if they went 5 top, grab that tier 2, send Similidon bot lane to start split pushing, and have the TP available if they try and fight at this Baron. They have so much pressure on the map with that inhibitor being down middle. No one can really handle Similidon at this point. All they really need to do, send him split pushing and take objectives on the side, and he is starting to OB. We'll have to see if they do send him down the bot lane and send I'm a big tough guy up towards his team and prep for Baron.
I'm a big tough guy, making sure that bot lane's pushing, and he's gonna rotate up. But Kelthais and Hot Dog McGee already in the jungle, clearing out some wards. They're not gonna catch out anyone else so far, and if they do, Iron Wings has 4 teammates there, so it wouldn't look pretty for those two. As just some trading of the wards here. Good. Like, I'm very impressed with Iron Wings and how hard they're trying to clear out the wards that Indecision has up in their jungle.
It's no team really that we've watched so far this week has been so persistent on getting rid of enemies' wards in their own jungle. And Iron Wings doing a great job of it, keeping themselves as safe as they can. They may be down a lot of kills. It's only about a 6k gold lead, which I mean, I say only, but it is quite a bit. But they're playing very well from behind. They're not getting aced repeatedly, finding these bad fights, forcing anything. They're playing very patient until they can pull themselves back in.
Flash coming in from OG Maple, but immediately goes into Spider Fang, so not really sure what that was. Might get caught out here as Kelthais has the slow from the Glitter Lens. DXI Edge comes in and lantern away for OG Maple, and off to safety they are.
On the hunt was popped though. With Dragon coming up, we'll have to see. That might affect. They can engage as well or escape. So if they do find a bad fight, they don't have that movement speed to get out of there. Looks like Indecision might be looking to take Baron. Oh, the Enchanted Arrow misses.
Yeah. But they don't, at this point, I don't think that's one of their key spells. It's definitely helps, but yeah, they're looking to, as Iron Wings goes into the bot lane to try and deal with some Illidan, Indecision lets that top wave push, and they're going to probably be able to get this. Well, they might not. There's some good wave clear coming in from Iron Wings. Iron Wing, OG Maple, hook on, cocoon onto Kelphice. Kelphice pops the growth to get himself out, but there comes the Zerathol. OG Maple going downtown the big tough guys. Some Illidan, TP's in. He picks up the first kill. DXI Edge on a rampage on that kill, and they're able to easily tower dive some Illidan. Looking to get the kill on Boezer. Boezer with that claw to get back, but Summeldon is going to be able to pick this kill after triple kill coming in from the flash from I'm a Big Tough Guy, and they might be able to actually end this game there with
they should be able to. The Death Hammers might be enough with super minions going into the base
mid lane, and we might see the end of the game here.
That was such good timing on the Harbinger. They go all in on the Lulu, and as the Lulu is coming out, Harbinger proc, and I'm a Big Tough Guy just starts throwing autos out like nobody's business. Crit, 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 and they just take him down. Once Sumilodon came into the fight, it was over. And there you have it. Indecision going 3-0 in the bracket. So we will see Indecision and Team Fresh moving on to the next round.
Congratulations, guys, and good games here all around.
I guess that does bring us to the end of game day 3. We thought we'd have more games, but I think as far as brackets go, we luckily had no tiebreakers. Yeah. So I do believe that brings us straight into week 2 of qualifiers.
Yeah. Congratulations to all the teams that are moving on, and I guess better luck next year for the teams that,
I mean, we want to really thank people, I guess, for everyone for participating in the tournament. Thanks for everyone for signing up. We had an astounding 33 teams come to this tournament, so the top 16 we have so far worked their way hard to get in. The qualifiers for the second week will start Monday. I believe we will have both brackets A and B streamed and casted for Monday, and it'll run from Monday to Thursday, 7 to 10. Just want to throw out another thanks to all our sponsors, HyperX, Widemouth Media, and Matrix Gaming. Help us, get the events, really sponsor us, make it go as far as we can so far.
Yeah, and for you Regina folks there that enjoy reading the leader post, check out the front page. You might see a little article about SK League, and thanks for showing us all your support. Check out our Patreon. Anything helps to run this game. There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that happens, so if you want to help, there's the place.
Feel free. Anyone who wants to get involved, please, send an email out to us, info@skleague.ca. As far as it is, I think that's it for us for tonight. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Make sure you come back Monday when we start up the games. I'm Dezaninator.
And I'm Zara Malley.
We got Skillos over here. It's a little quiet, but thanks, guys, for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.
Good night, San Francisco.